I never thought I'd end up here, writing this. But maybe someone out there needs to read it. We were together for over a year. What started as something real, something beautiful, eventually turned into a slow, subtle unraveling. I felt the shifts before they were visible, the delayed replies, the emotional distance, the loss of intimacy. It wasn't loud. It was quiet, the kind of withdrawal that makes you question your sanity. At first, I blamed myself. Thought maybe I was slipping, maybe I wasn't enough. But my gut knew better. There was someone else in the background. Not officially, but emotionally. Lingering, waiting, pulling at her attention while she tested how much of myself I was willing to give to keep her. She broke up with me once before. I chased. I apologized. I begged. She came back. But the second time, the final time, I saw it for what it was. Not confusion. Not bad timing. It was betrayal. And this time, I didn't react. Her break you text said, "Hey, I've been thinking about our relationship and I see more negatives than positives. Let me know when we can meet up so I can explain to you why I'm ending this." My response, "Thanks for everything and I truly do wish you the best." After that, I gave her the one thing she never expected, the gift of my absence. No anger, no guilt trips, no late night texts, just a dignified, calm, goodbye, and then I vanished. What followed was a strange unraveling. 28 reach-outs, texts, missed calls, 15 of them. "Can we talk? I'm a mess. You're so nonchalant." A 1 a.m. missed call. A story reply. "You are undefeated. Please, I am begging you, can we talk? I know you want nothing to do with me, but please, I really need to talk to you. I need to explain, I am not giving up on you. I even started therapy to work on my issues and a large part of that was because of what I did to you. Please, can we talk?" But never, not once, a real apology. Never. "I betrayed you." Never. "I'm sorry." Because it was never about fixing it. It was about seeing if I'd let her feel okay about what she did. I didn't. She started slipping online too. At first she kept up the show. Drinks, smiles, new guy energy. Then, radio silence. The loudest kind. And this only came after every single one of her reach-outs were ignored. She would even change her profile photo from something symbolic I gave her, watch and bracelet engraved with the pet name I gave her, back to a regular selfie. As if pretending I never mattered would make her feel less guilty for how it all ended. Meanwhile, I've stayed quiet. Not because I didn't feel pain, I felt all of it. But because I finally decided I was done performing for people who take my love for granted. Some nights, I wonder what would have happened if she had just said, "I'm sorry for what I did to you." That's all it would have taken to make me acknowledge her. Not come back, not reconnect, just acknowledge. But she never did. And that's where I left her. So I let her feel the silence. The kind that echoes back everything she tried to avoid hearing. Lessons I'll never forget. Betrayal doesn't need a confrontation. It needs a boundary. Silence is a mirror. It shows people who they really are. Some people don't miss you. They miss the version of themselves you allowed them to be. Real power is emotional discipline, not reacting when every part of you wants to scream. They don't respect you because you were kind. They respect you because you knew when to walk away. I didn't win anything. I just stopped losing myself. If you're reading this and you've been betrayed, here's what I'll say. Don't chase clarity from someone who created confusion. Let your silence say the goodbye they never earned. Because sometimes, the most powerful closure is no response at all.
Never thought I'd be here, but yet here I am. This weekend my wife, 38F, and our daughter, 13F, went to visit her mom. I couldn't go because I couldn't get the time off work, and we decided it would just be a girls' weekend for them. I'm a firefighter in a large southern city and I'm on a call and gearing up when our dispatcher calls in to tell me that there is some emergency. I'm not really needed on the work call, so I get my cell phone and find a bunch of texts from my kid and a couple from a number I don't have in my phone. In the course of about 11 text messages, I learned that my daughter has gone ice skating and fallen and broken her wrist. She's in the emergency room, but cannot get treatment because no one can find my wife. The number that I don't know belongs to a friend of my wife's who has gone to the emergency room to sit with my kid. She was the chaperone for the girls who had gone skating. So I call this friend, and after a lot of hemming and hawing she admits that wifey has gone to dinner with some random guy. Well, we always leave our location shared with the family because of my job. And sure enough, I pull up an address and Google it and it's a fucking hotel. This was 10 p.m. It's now almost 4 hours later and she hasn't answered my texts, but she did finally call our kid. I have permission and insurance information, and she got a cast and a referral to see an orthopedist when she gets home. The friend took our daughter back to her grandmother's and texted me. She said, "I'm sorry you had to find out this way about blank." A guy's name. Apparently it's been going on every time she's gone home that I haven't gone. Meanwhile, I've worked countless hours of overtime to pay off our house, take us a nice vacations, send our daughter to the most expensive private school in our city. Spoke with a lawyer, as many of you suggested. During that conversation I realized that she doesn't really have a lot of access to money that is hers. Removed her as an authorized user of my credit cards. Put two-factor authentication on just about anything else that she might try to get her hands on. Pulled my credit report to discover that she opened a joint credit card I didn't know about. Since I'm on the account as well, I was able to log in and print out the charges, a basically perfect timeline of restaurants and hotels that she has paid for. Turns out she also has accounts on Tinder and Bumble, which showed up when I combed through the last few phone bills. Have a pal who is a deputy sheriff in these parts who is going to be here tonight when she gets home. I've gotten her a room at a nearby hotel for the week and paid for it up front. She can sleep there for now and figure it out on her own starting tomorrow. Daughter and I spoke and she knows what is up and is angry at mom. So next steps are to find someone for her to talk to. Thanks to my job I've got great insurance, so that is one less thing to worry about. Decided I am also going to come clean to her mother once wife and daughter are on the plane back here. Taking a couple of days off to deal with this. Thanks for the advice, everyone.
I'm posting because I just read a story similar to what happened to me. On the side note, I'm greatly triggered by this because I was dating my ex for 4 years and married her when she got pregnant. Long story short, found out after 2 years the child wasn't mine. She denied ever cheating on me up until after 6 months she admitted she cheated before we were married and claimed she was loyal in our marriage. TF, like I would believe anything coming out of her mouth, and got screwed over on the divorce. Even though the baby is not mine, I'm still required to pay for it until it's 18. TF, these courts reward woman for cheating. Edit. I thought it's only fair to clear some things up. In our state, a child born within the marriage is presumed to be yours, so even though I am not the biological father, I am still the legal father and can't be released on the birth certificate unless the biological father wants to step up. I'm 30 years old. My ex was born in 1996, November 5th. I don't know how old she is now, but too pissed and lazy to count. And the biological father ran away and wants nothing to do with the boy. Guess she sure knows how to pick them. Update. Hey everyone, thanks for your supports and comments. Will do my best to respond to all your comments. Just wanted to let you know I was mugged this morning on my way to work, tried to resist and got stabbed, was in the hospital all day, and I just arrived home and I will be just in a lot of pain and medications. Update 2. Hey everyone, thanks for your sympathy during these hard times of life and for wishing me a speedy recovery. A lot has happened since my last update, so buckle up for the crazy events that happened. Please bear with me. English is my second language. Sorry in advance for any errors in my spelling and grammar I'm about to butcher. Let's start of what happened the morning of the 23rd of May 2025. I woke up all excited like any other Friday. Not only was it Friday, but it Friday of my pay week, since I get paid on the 25th of every month, but was getting paid early because 25th was on a weekend. I woke up, got ready for work and took off to the bus station. Little did I know what was awaiting. I barely even noticed 3 dudes coming my way. I was too busy, lost in my thoughts about what was I going to do throughout the day, and was quickly approached by the 3 dudes, and they all were armed with knives, and I panicked at first but quickly regained my composure and tried to fight them off, and that when I stabbed several times on my head and right arm, chest and my armpit. Then they took my phone and wallet and my lunch back and left me bleeding in the street. I was pissed and lost at the same time until a passerby laid noticed bleeding and said the people should call an ambulance. One guy took out his phone and called while I was answering their questions about what happened. We waited for about 30 minutes, but I decided to ask them to get me an Uber before I bleed out, which I did not think it through because my phone and wallet was gone. I realized when I was already in the Uber and trying not to bleed on the guy's chair. Then I realized I had no way to pay the guy. I informed him of my situation and he was pissed and wanted his money. Told him to come back for his money and I gave him my address. Went to the hospital and I couldn't believe that Uber guy wanted money at that moment from me. But that's his job, so yeah. After getting out of the hospital, went home. It was the worst because I could not cook and had no money for takeout. Had to starve for 2 days straight until Monday. I went over my mom's place. She was nice enough to cook for me and took me to the bank to get a new card. After that, bought myself a cheap phone and went to my service provider for number, and after I realized my work doesn't know what happened and I didn't have their number to report what happened to them, I just disappeared. So my mom had to ask for time off and deliver my sick notes and inform them off what happened. I filled for new identification and license since I always kept them on my wallet, so yeah, right now I'm rebuilding my life slowly thanks to my mom who supported me through this. And the physical pain has been therapeutic in some ways. I had no time to think about my ex or what she did for the first time in a while. I was busy stressing about the pain and the stuff I lost, so I didn't have time to feel sorry for myself or be mad at her. If I had to choose between physical and emotional pain, I'd choose physical pain always. I haven't taken my antidepressant in a few days since my attack. Update 3. I don't know where to start with this one, guys. I'm a little overwhelmed with what I found out, so pretty much she has been lying and cheating throughout our relationship and marriage. Before I get into it, let me tell all of you a little about myself and my ex. We met at university. I was studying for information technology and was doing my advanced diploma, and she was doing her first year in operations management. We dated since then and had a lot in common, and we were each other's first, meaning we were both virgins. I had dated in the past but never gotten very far. All I did was kiss because I was poor AF and lived with my parents until I moved out to dorms or dormitory, which that's where I lost my virginity to her. Now back to the story. I had previously mentioned I had bought a new phone right while I was setting up my Google account. It informed me my storage was full, so I logged in because I wanted to download everything and delete some things and create space. Now imagine my shock when I found out years back I had added my account or email to her phone, and everything that is in her cloud also goes into mine, hence why my storage was full. I am shocked and disappointed that she has been cheating not only in the relationship but also in the marriage. I also found so many nudes of her and her affair partners. Now I have all the evidence I previously needed before divorce. I don't know if she was sleeping with all these people, but it's so many men private parts on her account. I'm shocked. I never thought to check. I also found out the reason she didn't name anybody in court previously is because she don't know who might be the father, judging by the many DCK pics in her or my cloud now. What hurt me the most is I found out from a screenshot she had an abortion before we got pregnant, meaning I was stupid for marrying her for what I thought was her first pregnancy. I documented everything and sent it to my lawyer. I also found out she moved in a guy in our home while the divorce wasn't finalized. All these years I was so in love and thought I knew her. I hate her for all she put me through. Tomorrow I'm going to court to reopen the case with all the evidence. I will do an update when everything settled down. We've been divorced for 6 or 7 months now, and I never dated anyone throughout this whole time. We were separated. I regret not cheating on her because while we were married a lot of women used to hit on me, but I turned them down because I was married. I don't know why girls like married guys, but I haven't got hit on now that I'm single. I find that very strange. Wow, I didn't notice the time. It's exactly 12:16 a.m. I'll stop here for today. I have court tomorrow, today at 9.
We had a good normal life of a married couple with great careers, a beautiful home, and 2 wonderful boys. She got a job as a director of nurses at a nursing home. Her assistant was a male. As soon as she got this position, I noticed a change in her with me. Arguments became more frequent. Sex became less and less until non-existent. She would work late and not call or text me. One day we got into a heated argument and she decided to tell me she no longer loved me and didn't have any feelings for me anymore. After another argument, her brother made her leave to her mom's house with my boys. She never returned. I did the work to improve myself and reattach her to save our marriage. All the while she was having an affair with her assistant. I tracked her and collected info. One day she came over to talk about splitting our assets and had papers drawn up from a lawyer already. I forgot to mention that the guy she was fucking is married and has about 4 children at a minimum. She gave up her life for a man she can never have. She even cried and admitted that to me when she confessed. I had too much evidence against her, so she had to fess up. She cried with so much pain and tears knowing she can never have the guy. They would go to lunch every day to fuck in my car. She knew he was married and was okay with that. That guy won the lottery. He was fucking his boss, then would go home and fuck his pretty little wife. 13-year relationship with her and I just completely gone. She filed in January. The divorce is in the works. Lately she has been really nice to me in texts and when she sees me. She shows up to our son's baseball practice and games when she knows I will be there. I completely ignore her. I am still so hurt and angry. I am disgusted that my sweet and loyal wife would be capable of doing this to me. I feel like I'm not good enough. There's no talk of regret, remorse or reconciliation. I don't even know if I could ever trust her again, especially knowing that she works with this clown. I have all of his information including Facebook profiles and his wife's cell phone. I plan on contacting her after the divorce is final. I feel like she has the right to know. By the way, the guy is a major downgrade compared to me. I wish there was a way to fix this, but I'm afraid there isn't. IT seems to be broken beyond repair. Will she regret throwing our life away someday? Why does she seem like she's okay with her decision? Update. It's been almost 1 year since she left with the kids. The divorce is in the final stages. His wife contacted me on LinkedIn. I told her everything. At first, she acted as if she was unaware. Halfway through the conversation, she stated that I am the second person to tell her about this. She even told Nay she was going to bring physical harm to my wife, which I stated do what you've got to do. She shouldn't be fucking married people's husbands. Phone call lasted about an hour. After that, I leave it in God's hands. I will let karma do its thing. I do know that the guy still works there. My wife shows no change and doesn't ever talk about the issue. Instead, she is super nice to me, although I am not nice to her. I am cordial because we need to talk about the boys. If it's other than that, there is no conversation. I had to talk to her about the divorce and parenting schedule recently, so she was driving home from work. I was straight to the point. There was a lot of awkward silence with lots of sniffling as if she were crying. I think she wanted me to ask what's wrong. I didn't ask anything. I stuck to the subject. She also mentioned that we don't talk anymore. I said yes because we are getting divorced, and you did something to me that I am hurt and angry about. So it seems to me like she is showing signs of regret. I knew this would happen. Soon, she will try to come back. She is so textbook. I have moved on with my life and still focus on me and my kids and my self-improvement. The boys are off for the summer and I am planning some fun staycations for us. Also, I am getting ready to sell my house and buy a new one. Life goes on, people. Keep God first and trust in Him and everything will work itself out. God bless you all and thank you for your words and advice.
I picked up my wife's phone today to check some pictures and message popped up from her ex-boss which said let's meet again this week when your husband goes to office. And it's a long thread of exchange which mentions words like relationship, missing you, need you close, I can make you sleep. This is like a dagger in my heart. I don't know what to do and if I should confront her. After 20 years of marriage and 2 beautiful kids, I really don't know what I did to deserve this and how did I miss this. I don't know for sure if they have been physically involved, but there are signs. Definitely emotionally tangled. I am shattered, what do I do? Update 5/19. We had a long conversation. She claims that she got the emotional stability that she thought was missing in our marriage, but at the same time she also said our relationship got a lot better last 4 years. Also she says she got tired of my constant nagging about improving our sex life. While we have had sex only handful times last 6 months, she thinks she is not into sex at all and feels that me wanting it is not fair to her and that distanced her from me. She insists they didn't have any physical relationship, not even a kiss, and I want to believe her. How do you really work on this? What do I make out of this? I am not even sure if I want break the relationship. How do I find the power, ability to I thought I posted here but looks like it didn't go through. Update 05/30. We have discussed this thoroughly and it's very clear that both have lost trust in each other. She says she is hurt that I saw her phone and read the message and she doesn't like that I am watching her. She is also frustrated that I ask for sex every week while she doesn't feel like it for months. She thinks I look down on her when it comes to being more open, honest about sex. I had asked her that we should talk to sex therapist but she refused. She said that giving her pleasure is my responsibility and clearly I have disappointed her. I want her to tell me what she wants so I can work on it. This is so confusing. Well, I think now any relationship as husband-wife is out the door and I have asked to let the other guy know that I know and her to limit her exchanges with him and tell me if she does end up talking to him. I feel I don't know how much control of the situation I should take. It's just a lost battle now. I don't want to break my home and specifically impact the kids in any way, and that's my decision to let this go. It means living a shell of a life and not getting any love, care or sex, which is important. This is the sad reality. It's a dead bedroom and dead relationship for me here on, and if I ever think about stepping out on this marriage, I know this group has judged me in the past. How hard is it to sustain a marriage without love, sex?